Hey everybody, or hello all, as True Slayer would say. I am here by request and because I want to do a review of this 3PW. Where's the camera? Recipe for Disaster. Yes, I know. I would normally not buy a 3PW DVD because I, in general, don't buy indie DVDs. But because of High Spot's great deals and their grab bag, I decided that I would get the grab bag, and so it came with 10 DVDs, and I watched this one, and so I decided to review it. Okay, so let me just say that I thought this show was going to be bullshit because I watched one of their other DVDs and it was pretty much bullshit, essentially. So I was greatly surprised by this show, as in the company claims that they're a hardcore company, but they'll normally have like a hardcore main event, and that's it. And then they'll have like another match that has a couple of weapons in it, but isn't really hardcore. It's not like CZW or ECW that are really hardcore. So they make it seem like they're gonna be a shitty hardcore promotion, but they're really not. It's more of just regular wrestling. So anyway, to get this started, the first match is Kid Kash versus Kid Kruel. Yes, a lot of kids. This match was really good. I didn't really know. I knew who obviously I knew who Kid Kash was. I I had heard of Kid Kruel. I hadn't really seen much of him, but he was the automatic heel because Kid Kash was an ECW guy. Essentially, the show is in Philly. The promotion is in Philly. So of course they're gonna root for the Kid Cash. And once Kid Cruel realized that he wasn't gonna get cheers, he started acting like a heel, and it worked a lot better. But either way, the wrestling in this match was still very very good. They did some cool counter spots. Nothing that I mean, they made sure that Kid Cash got his big spots in, and he won with a double underhook pile driver or whatever the name he calls that, something with cash and banks and money. Um, the second match was the Hit Squad versus Balls Mahoney and Nosawa, and this match was a hardcore match, but it was funny. I mean, Nosawa's gimmick is so ridiculous. He just goes around flipping everyone off, screaming "fuck you," and it's just ridiculous. Uh, I mean, but it was still a really good, hard hitting match. I'll give it three stars. Um, it was a good match. Nothing special. There was an interesting spot they did where Nosawa was sitting down in the corner, and the Hit Squad set up a table in front of him, and Mafia sent Monster Mac through the table so that it would crush Nosawa. That was pretty cool, I'll admit. And then um, at the end of the match, Nosawa and Mahoney almost hit each other with chairs. So then Mahoney said "fuck you" to Nosawa, and Nosawa took the mic and said "no, fuck you." And then so it's like, oh, set up a match, whatever. This happened 6 years ago, so it doesn't matter. Um. Anyway, then there was a wet T-shirt contest, which I skipped. It looked retarded, and the whole Todd Gordon with his sluts stuff is kind of dumb. Then the fourth match, I'm sorry, was Rob Eckos and Matt Striker versus Josh Daniels and Damian Adams, and this match was hysterically funny because Matt Striker, who is awesome as always, his gimmick in this company is so funny. It's the old school gimmick where he copies old school wrestlers, and then Rob Eckos is the heel who wants to win. And they cut a promo beforehand where Striker was funny, and then Rob Eckos said, come on, Matt, no one will buy you as a babyface. Which I mean, I know what he was trying to get, and it was funny, but I think that is a stupid thing to do because I do not think you should ever break kayfabe at a show. I think that is a stupid thing to do, but I guess some people disagree. I mean, of course, the fans at a 3PW show will know it's fake, but still, you don't break kayfabe like that. And then and then so then they had this match, and it was pretty much just Matt Striker doing all the old school moves. He did Tatanka and I think Roddy Piper. And oh no, that was from another show. I'm sorry. And he did Junkyard Dog, and just a bunch of '80s gimmicks that were. It was hysterically funny. Okay. So then match number 5 was Low-Key versus Homicide, and they were playing the game. They were doing the whole thing where Homicide is Low-Key's teacher, and now they're having a match, and this was really, really good. This was damn good. I mean, there was nothing too original about it. There was nothing like, holy shit, I've never seen that spot before. But what they did was amazing. Tons of counters, a lot of submission wrestling, stuff that you don't see out of Homicide in TNA anymore, but that's not his fault. There was a really cool spot where Homicide jumped off the top rope, and Low-Key rolled and did a rolling kick, and it just worked. So I mean, Low-Key's kicks are awesome. Low-Key, actually, I mean, how could you expect these two to put on a bad match? They're both really, really good wrestlers, and then by the end, all the counters and the counters and the counters, and Low-Key wins with the Key Crusher. Excellent match. That was the best match of the night. And so far, I'm watching the show and I'm saying, wow, this is really good. A lot better than I expected. Then the next match is where it started to go down a little. It was the 3PW World Title match with Gary the Pitbull Wolfe versus Raven versus Xavier, a 3-way dance. It was elimination. First of all, this match was rushed. It was only a 2-hour show, and the matches before it had all been given time, especially the dumb wet T-Shirt contest that was, I believe, was given a lot of time. I didn't watch it, but when I skipped, it moved a lot on my DVD bar thing on the computer. So then they left no time for the 2 main events. Not great booking, 3PW. But anyway, I'm actually somewhat happy this didn't get a lot of time because Gary Wolfe seemed really off. Raven, who's awesome, and Xavier were doing just fine, but Gary Wolfe was not selling correct. I mean, he would bump at the wrong times and stuff. It was kind of strange. He just seemed off that night. And I mean, it was okay. And then after Xavier got eliminated, it got a lot worse, but it was still good. And Gary Wolfe retained the title. Right. And so then the main event was Terry Funk versus Sabu. And this was weird because they went at it. They started punching each other. Sabu took out a nail. He started stabbing Terry Funk with it. And they were going great. Sabu, they did a cool spot. And it always seems to happen to Sabu that his tables break before he uses them. This actually is common in 3PW for some reason. So the table fell slanted on one side, but Sabu still went through a leg drop to Terry Funk through the table anyway, but he missed. Terry Funk hits a DDT on the broken table. They cover 1, 2, 3. Are you serious? It's ridiculous. I mean, it was going well, the match too, but it was because of this dumb booking that they did. It was given no time, essentially. It must have only gone at most, it was 5 to 7 minutes long. And it was good action that you would expect from Terry Funk and Sabu. But they just cut this so short. And now I'm thinking maybe if they'd cut the wet T-Shirt contest shorter or not had a wet T-Shirt contest, if they had, I don't know what they could have done. But it was given no time. I mean, just given this 3 or 4 more minutes, anything they could, it would have been a lot better. But anyway, whatever. There's also on the DVD, there's a bonus match, which is Kevin Sullivan and Abdullah the Butcher. It's not good. Just the bonus matches on 3PW shows, DVDs aren't very good in general. But yeah, that is it, I guess. I hope you all watch. I hope you check out the show because until the main event, it's very good. So, yeah, check it out.